Hey everyone, welcome to Quick Brick Games, and today we're going to be ranking LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga's A New Hope. So this is the fourth movie, the first movie in the original trilogy, and we're going to be ranking these 5 levels from worst to best. So let's go ahead and get started with number 5. So at number 5 we have Hunk of Junk. This is the second level of A New Hope, and it's based in Tatooine's Mos Eisley when you're trying to board Han Solo's Millennium Falcon. Now this all takes place in a relatively small area where you go around solving puzzles to fix up the Falcon, while also being attacked by stormtroopers and the Empire along the way. I always found this to be an odd part of the movie to base an entire level around. It pretty much feels like a filler level, which makes no sense. This game just has 5 levels per movie, so there's really no need for filler levels to even exist. This isn't LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, where they had to come up with 10 plus levels for just one single movie. It just doesn't make sense to me. I guess one good thing I can say is that it makes pretty good use of the mini-kit collectibles. There's a lot of hidden doors and areas in this one, so the mini-kits are pretty fun to hunt for. And there's also a lot of traps you can set up to fight off the Empire. But other than that, I don't know, I just feel like they could have made this level a lot better. For example, why didn't they include the Cantina? The Mos Eisley Spaceport level from the original games was a much better level with a lot more stuff to do. Heck, you could even drive an AT-ST in that version. So yeah, this level is complete filler when there are so many more level options they could have made instead, which is why I'm ranking this one last at number 5. So next up here at number 4 we have Stay on Target. Yes, of course the vehicle level is going to make its way towards the bottom half of this list. So this one takes place at the end of the movie where Luke Skywalker and the Rebels are going in to destroy the Death Star. This is essentially a remake of the Rebel attack level in the original games, and unlike the level we just talked about, I think this one is an improvement over that original. So I would divide this one into 2 parts. So unlike the original level in the old games, you start the level during the trench run sequence. This pretty much is an on-rails section where you can spam the attack button and shoot everything in sight. I think this part is pretty decent and fairly accurate to the movie. Then in the second half of the level, you gain full control over your X-Wing to freely move around. And here you have several objectives like destroying turrets and even facing Darth Vader's TIE Interceptor if you want to. I think this was a cool idea to have a sort of boss fight during a vehicle level. That's really not done too often. Then of course the level ends when you destroy all the turrets, and then you can go in and blow up the Death Star. So overall, I don't think this level is horrible or anything. It's pretty faithful to the movie, which I like. It's just that it's very short, and I think most would agree that the regular levels are generally more enjoyable than these vehicle ones, which is why I'm putting Stay on Target at number 4. Alright, at number 3 we have This Is Some Rescue. Here we are playing at the scene where Luke, Han, Obi-Wan, and the others have to escape the Death Star after rescuing Princess Leia. This is a remake of the Death Star escape level from the old school games. Now, unlike Hunk of Junk, which all takes place in a small area, here we actually get to move around a lot. There's lots of hallways and even some optional areas to discover when playing the level again in free play. Now towards the beginning there's a sort of mini puzzle where you have to take down an Imperial officer that has a key card needed to progress the level. I like when they add little objectives like that instead of just progressing through the level without a problem. Then the second half of the level has you playing as Luke and Leia. It's always fun having some variety with switching up your available characters, but before you can even play as them you have to unlock the door that they're behind. And I love how this game gives you sort of 2 options to do it. The normal way is to solve a small puzzle, but the game rewards you for being observant with an easier option. The easy way, if you discover it, is just to shoot the red button above the door. This is actually one of the level challenges for this level too, and I thought this was a cool little detail. But anyway, so once you're playing as Luke and Leia, you have to shoot down several more stormtroopers, go through some locked doors, and eventually you have to get across that room with the giant gap, where the level eventually ends once you cross over. Now, one massive disappointment with this level is the lack of an Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader lightsaber fight. We couldn't play the fight in the original games, it was just always in the background, and we can't play it here either. It's just kind of relegated to just a cutscene. So I have no idea why TT Games couldn't include that. This likely would have been higher on my list if they had put that in there. But anyway, what they did include here, it makes up for a pretty solid level, which is why I'm putting This Is Some Rescue at number 3. Okay, so at number 2 we have Best Laid Plans. With this one we're staying on the Death Star, but we're rewinding back a bit to when Luke, Han, and Obi-Wan are rescuing Princess Leia. Now this is of course a remake of the Rescue the Princess level from LEGO Star Wars 2 and the complete saga. Now this level is probably a little bit shorter than the level we just discussed, but I like this one a bit better, primarily due to the stealth aspect. Now of course, if you want, you don't have to really play this level stealth at all. You can go in blasters blazing and shoot every stormtrooper in sight, but I always love trying to do this one while staying undetected. In fact, this game even rewards you with a challenge for doing it. So how it works is you have to use your stormtrooper disguise to sneak around the guards, and essentially you have to avoid attacking them or destroying too much stuff around them, or just generally drawing attention to yourself, so that's pretty fun. Another great aspect about this level is how it is kind of open-ended, especially in free play mode. In story mode, you pretty much only go to 2 floors, but in free play there's several more floors and rooms to explore that are filled with minikits. I really like that aspect. Then of course, to top it all off, at the end of the level, after you rescue Leia, you have the trash compactor sequence where you have a boss fight with Dianoga, which was never playable in the original game, so I really like how they added that one as well. But overall, I think this level is very good. It's got the stealth, it's got plenty of areas to explore, it's got a boss fight at the end. I just wish it was a little bit longer, but for all those reasons, that's why I'm putting it best laid plans at number 2. Alright, at number 1 we have Boarding Party. This is the classic opening scene of A New Hope and all of Star Wars in general, where Princess Leia secures the Death Star plans, and it's also a remake of the Secret Plans level from the classic games. Now I love this one. Much like the Out for the Count level from episode 3, I think this is a demo-worthy level that's a great showcase for this game's gameplay mechanics. You mainly play as Princess Leia and Captain Antilles as you make your way through the Tantive 4, but what makes this level so great is the open-ended nature of it. There's so many branching paths and different opportunities to reach the end of the level, and each path involves using not only Princess Leia or Captain Antilles' hero abilities, but also the different abilities of R2-D2 and C-3PO. And when I say branching paths, it's not always just left or right. There's multiple floors to discover, with some paths even holding hidden mini-kits. There's also a multi-build towards the middle of the level that gives you a couple ways to progress as well. So due to this, I would say this possibly could be the most replayable level in the entire game. I don't think it's even possible to get every mini-kit or explore every area in just one run. Oh, and then we also have to talk about the length. I would say the length of this level is pretty much on par with a classic level from the old LEGO Star Wars games. This will take more than the usual 5 minutes that most levels in this game take to complete. Now, I would say my only con with this level, or the only thing really lacking from this level that prevents it from being a complete LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga experience, is the lack of a lightsaber duel. Obviously, this would make no sense in the context of the movie where this level takes place, but hey, it is missing a lightsaber fight, so I guess it's not a complete demo-worthy level. But anyway, this level is awesome. It's long, it's got lots of combat, lots of branching paths for replayability, and graphically it looks quite impressive as well. So for all these reasons, Boarding Party comes in at number 1. So anyway, that's going to be my ranking of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga's A New Hope. These are all 5 levels ranked. So of course, as always, let me know in the comments below what your ranking would be for these 5 levels. And if you want, don't just give me your ranking, try to give a little bit of reasoning as to how you came up with your list. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you like more content like this. Like this video if you enjoyed it, dislike it if not. And I'll see you guys next time here on Quick Break Games.